This is Karen coming to you from Eminence Hair Design, located at 279 West Palisade Avenue in Englewood, New Jersey, 07631. The telephone number is 201-227-0010. Oftentimes you hear stylists talk about their work. They never have anything bad to say about what they do. They're always satisfied with their outcome. You have never really hear people talking about the tragedies that happen in a hair salon, and this is my tragedy. This is what's left of the hair on some of my clients' head after I started to use Soy Demi by Clairol. Hair coming out from the root. Okay, see the little strings? This had me in fetal position. I'm just using this card because I don't think they'll appreciate me showing their faces on camera. This is me using tracks to camouflage the hair until the hair grows back. I was crying. I did not know what to do. See the little fringes? I felt like this was it for me. Things are supposed to get better, not worse. I'm supposed to be a trained hairstylist, taking all these classes all over the country. And why am I doing this? To have results like this. Killing plants, killing hair. No, this was just an experiment. Good plant, by the way. Always come back. See? Came back. This client right here, she killed my soul, my spirit. She killed my drive for doing hair. She just killed everything. Oh my God. When she was done with me, I said, might as well I find something else to do. I was introduced to Clairol over 10 years ago by a salon I was working at as an apprentice. I was taught how to use the product properly. I kept on using it on my own. I started to use the Demi color in 2007, and in 2009 I started to use the Soy Demi. Showing you both. Why I'm showing you both. This is the regular I was using. This is the soy that I started to use on the box. There's nothing here. Can you see that? On this box, if you see closely, it says, I know it's backwards, demi-permanent, does say permanent, but it also says semi-permanent. So think about that. Deep conditioning for healthy shine, and you see the soy complex, and down here it says ammonia free. Can you see that? It says ammonia free. Okay, fine. I ordered this, and my distributor brought this to me and said, this is the new replacement. It has soy, and it's so natural, and it's healthier and everything. And all I heard was natural and healthy, and I was like, yes, you know, because we go through a lot with our hair as African American women, and this would be, you know, something really good to help us from the damage that we're doing to our hair. So I've been watching this one last client, the one that I said killed my everything, hair come out. She came back a few weeks later and she had like nothing on her head. This is over the period though of about 3 months. I only used the product on her twice. I asked my distributor if there's any problem with the color, and he said no, earlier in the months. Then I asked him again when all of this was going on. I told him what was happening, and he said there was one person. When I called the company to ask him who it was so I could get the number to call the person, and of course I did not get it. I ended up speaking to one of the representatives, and he said he was making me feel like I didn't know what the hell I'm doing. I didn't know how to apply a color or a relaxer or whatever it is. He was just making me feel so low. Anyway, when the distributor came into the salon, and I was speaking to him, and I said, what happened to the person you said, you know? And he goes to me, oh, it wasn't that product. It was another product. He was mistaken. So I said, why would they call you or ask you about a product that you don't even carry? Because he said he didn't carry the product they were asking about, and he said he don't know. So I said, okay, and I left it like that. At the end of the night, after I got my wake-up call, I start doing my research on the computer. I wrote all the ingredients down. Of course, I can't pronounce some of them, and I don't know what they mean because I hated chemistry in school, so this was like, ugh. And then I got the definition. The one I could not find, though, of all these ingredients, I could not find the word soy trimonium chloride. So the next morning, I went to the library, explained it to the librarian, and told her what was going on. So we looked it up together in the chemistry book. She said soy trimonium chloride, as I read for myself, said antiseptic conditioning agents. It is ammonia mixed with soybean oil. But it did say ammonia free. Remember, I have a client that's a professor of science or chemistry, one of them, say I should be careful of the word ammonium. NH3 is ammonia. Or the compound NH3 because it's hydrogen and nitrogen that. And she's saying when you mix that with water, it changes what it does. So I understand that. Okay. So when you have this, you have to mix it with this, which is the developer. In the developer, the first thing that jumped out at me is silicic acid. You know, silicic acid is the exfoliant that we use on our face for acne cleansing, right? You see 2% silicic acid and all of that stuff. When I looked up the word silicic or silicic acid, I can't even pronounce it. Isn't that sad? It says this slowing away of dead cells. You know, when you put this stuff on your face, see my problem skin? It kind of burns and tingles. It's supposed to really fight the sebaceous gland. That's that overproduction of oils. If you eat crazy foods and they break out and comes out on your skin and all, it's supposed to fade the spot and minimize the hole and whatever it is. That's not my forte as far as cleansers. So let's leave that alone. So you're mixing the silicic acid developer with this, and there's 3, I think, strong compounds together mixed that cause me what I'm going through right now, combining it with the sodium hydroxide that we use to process our hair. Let's talk about the hair, the 5 categories of color. Let's talk about chemistry and the sodium hydroxide. We talked about the sodium hydroxide before. The sodium hydroxide, is the highest level of pH on the pH scale. Super, super strong alkali, and it breaks the hair down from curly to straight. Now that turned my stomach. Sodium hydroxide, they're so small you can't hardly see it, but sodium hydroxide, as we know as African American women, is an agent in the relaxing treatment that actually softens the cuticles of the hair, relax it so it becomes straight, enabling you, some of us that can't manage our natural curls, to shake it and flip it and whip it and wrap it and flaunt it, easy to manage our hair. And actually, we don't have to use it to do that. We choose to use it. Sodium hydroxide, if you put it on this curly hair, it straightens the hair, leaving it permanently straight. And if you leave that sodium hydroxide on this hair long enough, more than that time that they have on the packet, it will soften the hair. Then it starts to kind of like melt the hair. When you put fire to plastic off and you have no more hair, that's how strong that thing is. Okay? And you can literally take the hair off. That's why they have time limits on these products that they're putting out there on the shelves. Okay? Let's talk about the hair itself. You have the hair strand. Hair strand is made up of keratin and these bonds and stuff like that. Now you have 3 layers to the hair strand. You have the cortex, you have the medulla, and you have the cuticle layer. So the hair strand is called the shaft. The cuticle is the first layer, which is called the horny layer, scientific term. Always horny. Once you open the cuticle layer up, you will find the cortex, second layer. Cortex, serious business. Keeps the hair elasticity together. You find the melanin there, you find the bonds there, and that's where you have to actually chemically break this down in order to result in chemical change. Then you have the medulla. The medulla, scientists don't really know why it's there, but it's found in wiry, kinky, curly, wavy hair. They don't really know the benefits. Let's talk about the categories of color. You have your temporary color, which is like your first base. Your temporary color is the pigments on these colors are large, so it just sits on the hair shaft and it doesn't pass through the cuticle layer, so it rinses off in like the first wash. Okay, then